Hi again, everybody. John Boutte, Buffalo Sports Museum. Next installment of In the Vault. We've covered the Braves cards of the 70s, the Sabres cards of the 70s, and now the Buffalo Bills cards of the 1970s. I think out of all of them, the early 70s Bills cards are the most attractive. I just think that these are really cool sets. And this was around the era, 1970, that I really started getting into cards. I mean, I was only 7 years old, and these were basically the only things that we could afford at that age. Nickel a pack, sometimes a dime. And when you did your chores, or when you did things like cutting the lawn or shoveled the driveway, you'd get nickels, dimes from mom or dad. That's at least how it was in my house. And we'd save them up and we'd go up to the store, up to Mesmer's or 7-Eleven, or in the town of Tonawanda where I grew up, Fisk and Pfennig would buy these great packs of NFL cards. In 1970, the NFL had merged with the AFL. So the days of AFL cards in one pack and NFL packs in the other were over. So now it was everybody in the same pack. And 1970, these are really nice cards. I really enjoyed these. And still today, the color and the design are really good in the 70-71 set. So you can see probably the best card to have, at least in this era of the Bills, was the O.J. Simpson rookie card in 1970. His rookie season, 1969, the year before. But this is a really pretty card. Great pose, and it's a nice example of a PSA 7. This card in a PSA 10 would run you a huge amount of money. But 7 is a beautiful card too, so that's good enough for me. In 1971, the NFL adopted this set of color borders, which they would have never known in 1971, but in the years of grading, these non-white borders really caused havoc for collectors who really wanted the best condition. And when grading cards like this, the 1971 set, these cards had a tendency to chip on the outer edges, so that would really affect the grade that you would get. So it's even harder to find high grades in the 1971 NFL set. But again, a beautiful, nice example. The colors, I love them. I love the font, and it's a pretty set. It really is. And as pretty as the 71 set is, I think the 72 set just dropped the ball. Went horizontal instead of vertical, which I didn't like, and I just never really liked the colors and the setup of the 72 set. So I think they really took a dive down. Back to 71 for a second. This was a really cool set too. This was a nice set of cards that featured all the stars of the NFL, and it was a game that you would flip cards with your buddies, and you could play this game where you would see if you gained yards, lost yards, scored a touchdown, things of that nature. And that's a really nice Simpson one from 71. But that's a little different set than the original set of 71. Again, 72, not a fan of 72. And even into 73 and 74, they got kind of boring. The 73s and 74s got a little bit boring. Not much imagination with these. The photography was nice, but the design was kind of boring, at least in my opinion. And again, through the 70s, some good cards came out during this era, especially with the Bills. Joe Ferguson's rookie card would have been in 74. Some other examples of rookie cards, Jim Braxton rookie card in 73 was a nice card. And then we get to the mid-70s, 1975. Nice color. Kind of boring, though. Did like the 76 set. I really like the 76 set. And I think most collectors gravitate to this set. It's a really, really nice set of cards. Walter Payton's rookie card came in the 76 set. And I like the staged photos are really, really pretty in here, too. They did a nice job with that. 76 was a nice set. 77, a little boring. Color's a little, whatever. But towards the end of the decade, the NFL cards, like I said, they just had no pizzazz, no splash. Interesting to note, too, the lack of the logos on the helmets in this era. Topps did not hold the license to put the logos on any of the helmets in this era, and did not own that right until 1982. So they had to in essence white out the helmets of all the teams, which made them kind of hokey. They look kind of hokey. And that's why one of the reasons I like the earlier ones were no helmets. All the pictures were players without helmets. But as you see, kind of lame. They didn't look so nice. But anyway, in general, a nice set of Bills cards here from the 1970s. I really like these early 70s ones. Those are always my favorite, because that's when I got into collecting. That was when I got to that era, that age, that it just, gave you something to collect. And, when everybody asked me what the first thing was that I collected, it was cards. And I think most collectors will say the same thing, at least in my age, in my era, was cards. But hope you liked the segment. We'll get into more card segments if you like those. Maybe dip back in the 1960s and continue on with these episodes in the vault. Have a great day. Bye now.